there's a new and better Power Rangers on TV. And no, it's not Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. It's a tough world we live in now, being a Power Rangers fan older than the target demographic. It really seems like the show is going out of its way to dumb the series down with each new entry and subsequent super entry. Okay, yes, Dino Charge was actually pretty good for the most part, but Dino Supercharge was at times worse than even Super Mega Force. And I at least finished Super Mega Force.
Not Ultra, Super Mega!
The good folks online and even at Saban Brands would have us think that making a kid's show is like walking a thin, tight rope. You have to make sure it's kid-friendly, otherwise mom and dad won't approve, and you can't get too convoluted with your stories because poor little stupid idiot Tommy here won't be able to comprehend anything past the flashy bright colors. And you guys are doing a great job with just those things. I mean, while we're at it, let's go back to 1993 and not cast any real actors again. So, why isn't the show working well? It's not getting any notable viewer numbers, it has unwanted toys just gathering dust even when offered at up to 50% off, and it causes the entire fan base to even roast actors on Twitter from decisions they didn't even have a choice in making. Ninjas versus trains. I mean, ninjas obviously yeah, wait a minute, they're high school students, not actually ninjas? Really? What the If you were gonna do that with this, why not just have gone with the better season of Tokyuger and had them attending some I don't know, Train Academy high school that has them going on field trips by taking a train out of the station. Hey, look, I wrote something easily more original than just high school again. And to the dumbass in the comments who says, oh, Tokyuger would never work as a season. I don't know any kids that are interested in trains. Also, the from that Megazord episode, first, that was one episode. You don't have to put it in the adaptation and everything would be fine to the kids. They would never know until maybe when they're older and have a good laugh at it, or, you know. Secondly, you scholar of dumbassness, have you even been inside a toy store before? The Thomas the Train Engine section is an entire aisle or even a corner of the store. Power Rangers doesn't even expand beyond my own reach next to the stupid yokai watches that no one ever wanted. Ah, Jesus Christ, you guys are making me take the Lord's name right into the vein. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was a hit because at the time, no one had seen a TV show of this kind of weird caliber that would only originally come from Japan. So to see 5 high school kids pilot this giant robot every week was exciting and huge. You wonder why the Masked Rider never took off, Saban? There was nothing new. Stock footage from Japan of perverts in rubber suits had already been done by you. Kamen Rider offered nothing new over Power Rangers. If you were a really smart businessman, you would have done Kamen Rider first and then lead into the team of dicks with their own robot. And also, while I'm on it, Kamen Rider had been off the air for nearly 6 years or so. Like, what the were you gonna do after it had become successful and needed to continue? Would the show progressively look shittier the farther you went back in the season? It's like, what was your game plan? So if kids aren't watching Power Rangers as much anymore, what are they watching? Well, I asked my neighbor's own kid about this since it's the closest kid I'll ever get to having of my own. Ladies, my phone number is down in the description. And you know what he had to say? Avengers. Now, if I was a cop, I would arrest that kid because I'm pretty sure those movies are PG-13 and he's at least 6 or 12. So I had to rephrase the question, what TV shows do you watch? He named one that I was familiar with and have actually been watching on the down low since it started and haven't really seen any of my other Twitter friends talking about it, which is nice because I get to have something that's more or less my own without everybody else's outside views on it. But it confirmed what I knew had to be true. There's a new and better Power Rangers on TV. And no, it's not Power Rangers Super Ninja Steel. I'm talking about Disney XD's Mech X4.
New on Disney Channel. Go, go!
The series centers on Ryan, a freshman at Bay City High, and I know what you're already thinking. High school. But wait, there's something a little bit different about him. He has this thing called technopathy. It's an extraordinary ability to control technology with his mind. and this talent of his mysteriously awakens Mech X4, this giant 120-foot robot built by an elusive genius in hiding to defend the town against impending doom. So Ryan recruits his two best friends, Harris and Spider, and his older brother Mark to help him operate Mech X4, each having an assigned role on the robot, making their teamwork very important instead of everyone just synchronized doing fighting moves. I'm also a little nervous because in Go Busters, the series that's slated for adaptation next in the Power Ranger franchise, they very much have this cockpit style of fights that make sense, and I will legit go like jihadist on someone if they put them in another one of these Megazord rooms.
Form a new Megazord with the Subsurfer Zord.
So back to Mech X4, these monsters suddenly begin to descend upon the city, very much like Power Rangers, and the four quickly must learn to work together as a team in order to pilot the robot that is their only hope of saving their town, and ultimately the world from mass destruction. It's basically like Pacific Rim meets Power Rangers meets not treating your audience like idiots. If you haven't watched the show before, please go do it. If you enjoy Power Rangers, it's way less cheesy, has good humor thanks to the skilled actors, is shot cinematically, has well-selling toys that doesn't need to depend on it because it gets great viewership numbers, even on the rerun episodes. It's basically what Power Rangers could have become if they stopped trying to reinvent the wheel and create another Mighty Morphin. You remember how bad Operation Overdrive was? And Disney at the time was all like, well, let's try something new. And then we got Jungle Fury, which was at the time very similar and new. And then they were just like, F it, let's make art, and that's how we got RPM. Yeah, I know that they were going to cancel the entire show before Saban and Nick stepped back in, but that's because they realized that making another Power Rangers season when most people don't care about the brand anymore is just like beating a dead horse. So they went away and came back years later with Mech X4, a show that, like the first seasons of Rangers, has a continuation to the story, something that will continue on for a decent amount of time, and when done, hopefully bow out with respect and dignity. It's only in its second season right now, but the show is impressive for what it is, and I doubt even Beast Morphers will take away the title of the best live-action kids show on TV. Anyway, that's my little mini rant for the week. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. If you've seen the show, let me know what you think of it. Also, why did they make so many of those Ninja Steel Lion Fortress swords? We went to Toys R Us the other day and there was just like 50 of them. They were like on every shelf. Who thought that was a good idea?